Hi, I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here with Liam Hoyland. Liam, you're from Matrix Consulting Engineers and you originally were engineers, but now we're stood in front of a load of drones, aren't we? Tell me a little bit about how one knock on the door changed your business and now how that's working commercially for you, and obviously being a lot safer when we're in environments like this where we're doing a survey with a rail line next to us.
Yeah, absolutely. So we did civil and structural engineering initially. And then James from the Drone Pilot Academy came knocking on his door. We're in the same business park, so he's just down the corridor from us. Came in with a load of drones, and us being engineers and big nerds, we took to it like duck to water, really. So yeah, it's enabled us to do our own surveying.
Yep.
Getting us involved earlier on projects, which is just invaluable both from the client and contractor's point of view. Getting engineers in at the surveying stage. We know what we need in terms of survey data, so yep. we can go out, make sure we capture everything to the right level of detail, and then we can go back and do our calculations, do our drawings off our own data.
And that's really important, isn't it? You know, and so we've got to talk about the drones. We've got a huge one here and a slightly smaller one here. And tell us a little bit about, you know, what you've got in the arsenal here and why that's important to the business and how it helps you.
There's two in front of us. So one is the big one, we call it the big boy. Yeah. It's got a LiDAR camera on it. So it pretty much shoots out lasers from the drone and can scanning ground and topographies using LiDAR.
Right.
From that, we can produce topographical drawings, 3D modelling of the ground, and then from that we can do drainage studies, catchment studies to help with culvert designs and things of that nature. So
that's capturing a lot of data with very, very fine detail, and you're then putting that into your software and creating the point clouds and everything like that.
Absolutely, yeah, that's exactly it. So LiDAR predominantly used for ground, if you want to scan in the ground, and then drones like this would use photogrammetry. So it's essentially just hundreds, sometimes thousands of photos.
Okay.
And from that, it can produce a 3D model similar to the LiDAR. Where would you use this over the LiDAR is for hard structures, so bridges, bridge inspections, buildings, anything like that, any kind of retaining walls, things of that nature, any kind of hard structures, photogrammetry we prefer, and then any kind of fields and ground, LiDAR's the one for it.
So we're here today with a really important project because there's some work that needs to go on the rail line. Traditionally, that would have been done in a totally different way. Explain the difference between you being able to do this with a drone and then traditional methods.
Absolutely. So we've LiDAR scanned the entire area. So the catchment field, work out how much rainwater is going to be landing on the ground. And then we're going to be doing some repairs to the culverts that go underneath the track. So traditionally, we'd need to gain access to the track to get all the level information. That might have to happen on a possession on a night time, and with that, you'd need sometimes tens of thousands of pounds worth of costs.
Right.
To close the track down, isolate the electrification, and then for us to actually gain access onto the track, we'd need the contract to be there, put a safe method of working in place. All that just gets completely removed when we use drones. We don't need to access track. We can do it completely off track, and still capture the same level of data that we need.
But you do need to have certain levels of training and qualifications.
Absolutely.
So not only have you bought these drones from the Drone Pilot Academy and James and his team, but when you first started off and you had to train to be drone pilots, but drone surveying pilots, which is yet another sort of level up, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So James came in and we briefed him on our requirements, what we needed to get out of it. And it was great. It walked us through the entire process. What training course was right for us?
Yep.
We went for a JVC qualified pilots, and we've currently got 7 pilots now.
7? Wow. Yeah.
And then off the back of that, we did a bit of an introductory course of surveying, which it led us down the right path for our business.
Right.
So James and his team kind of helped us start really, and then we've kind of just taken it from there.
And what's really important, folks, is, and I know we can have a look at some of the paperwork in a bit, you also have to do all of the qualifications, but also register your drones and things like that. And then you have to do your method statement, like you've just mentioned, the big one that if you weren't using a drone here as well for each job, don't you?
Absolutely, yeah. So for every job we produce what's called a flight report.
Yep.
We register that online so people like Network Rail can see it, full transparency. We always abide to the minimum distances, both horizontally and vertically, so we don't encroach too close to the track or any other sensitive areas really. So yeah, very, very due diligence when it comes to paperwork with things like that.
Fantastic. So all of this is actually created a whole different approach for the business. That knock on the door for the Drone Pilot Academy, buying the drones, training all your staff, getting all the refreshers, and also you receive information on the latest updates that you need to be aware of as well from the team, don't you?
Yeah, 100%. So any latest kit, any latest products, and more importantly, any changes to any kind of laws and regulations from the Civil Aviation Authority. So yeah, the keep us up to date throughout, and they're always available on the phone or emails. If you've got any questions at all, they're absolutely fantastic. They're so responsive, and they're really, you do really feel like they want to take care of you as a customer. You do feel valued with them.
Yeah, and that's great. And I think, what's interesting about that drone is you said, Peter, to me earlier, Peter, I wanted to have a look at this drone, was able to rent it from the guys before buying it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's, again, important because it's got, it's a lot of kit, isn't it, to invest in.
No,
and from there, you've had this equipment for a couple of years now. But again, the other thing where people don't understand is you've got to look after this equipment, just like it, with the digger or whatever else. You've got to 100%. Service and maintain it as well. And so, again, how does that work with the team?
So we have protocols before and after taking off any kind of mission that we use. We always inspect the drone before and after. Any kind of defects, we're constantly checking. We've got maintenance logs, and then we have service. We have it services, a bit like an MOT with your car. Once a year, we've got to go away and service it. And James at the Drone Pilot Academy, they helps us with all that.
Fantastic. So we've got a lot of flying to do here, folks, and this is a great example of how this sort of drone technology has changed a business. Commercially, it's worked for you, hasn't it? And it's allowed you to grow and continue to grow the business.
100%, yeah. Last year, I think we clocked around about, the first year that we did it, around about 30 to 40 drone surveys.
Wow.
So that is 30 to 40 projects that we got in at an earlier stage than what we would have done beforehand. So it just kind of gives you an idea that was the first year. And then this year, it's got even better. So yeah, no, it's been brilliant for us. Fantastic.
Well, great to see you and the team here actually on one of the sites you're surveying. We'll see some of the actual 3D models you've created on that. And it's about time, I think. I need to trade up.
Yeah.
Great to see you here.
Really
Cheers.
Good to me. Thank you, Pete.